If you've ever felt stuck because you always put others first, stop pretending your biggest problem is confidence. Your biggest problem is that you think being nice is the same as being good, and that belief is silently crushing your life. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, tap the like button. It tells the algorithm this truth needs to be heard. What if I told you that the reason you are always exhausted, always running late, and always broke has nothing to do with luck? It's because you wear a secret costume called the nice person. We've been lied to. We're taught that being nice is a virtue, but being nice is often just a high-level defense mechanism. It's a shield made of cheap approval. You agree when you should disagree. You smile when you should be walking away. You give time and money when your soul is screaming, no. Deep down, you believe that if you aren't the nicest person in the room, you will be rejected. You fear conflict more than you fear failure. The nice person doesn't have boundaries. They have invisible drawbridges they let down for anyone with a mild request. You think you're being helpful, but you're actually just being easily used. You're trading your life's precious energy for the low-grade dopamine hit of somebody else's approval. You think this is kindness. It's not. It's emotional payment to stay in the tribe. You know the feeling. You agree to a favor, hang up the phone, and immediately feel a knot of resentment in your stomach. Ugh, why did I say yes to that? I'm such an idiot. That resentment is the soul trying to send a text message to your brain, but your nice mask keeps hitting reply all to everyone else instead. You're not dumb. You're playing a 5-year-old survival game. You are starving your powerful, authentic self to feed the approval monster. That resentment is the soul trying to send a text message to your brain, but your nice mask keeps hitting reply all to everyone else instead. You're not dumb. You're playing a 5-year-old survival game. That resentment is the soul trying to send a text message to your brain, but your nice mask keeps hitting reply all to everyone else instead. You're essentially paying a high monthly subscription fee just to keep your brilliant ideas on mute. You're essentially paying a high monthly subscription fee just to keep your brilliant ideas on mute. You're essentially paying a high monthly subscription fee just to keep your brilliant ideas on mute. You will learn the single action that instantly stops the reflex to say yes to every single request. The true danger isn't that you're being used. The terrifying twist is that you need people to use you. In the next section, we expose the emotional secret behind why you actually seek out people who will take advantage of your niceness. You're not just a victim of being too nice. You actively seek out situations where you can overgive. This is because you're addicted to the emotional mortgage, and your inner child depends on that debt. The nice person doesn't just avoid conflict. They desperately need to be needed. Think of it like this: you lend out emotional energy, you agree to move a couch, you take on extra work, you listen to a friend vent for 3 hours. This isn't generosity. It's an emotional mortgage. You're giving services and time, but you're expecting something huge in return. Undying, non-negotiable approval. When people owe you, you feel safe. You think they won't reject me because they need me. You constantly lend out this emotional debt, hoping the repayment is permanent belonging. This is the core deception. True kindness is freely given, with zero expectation of return. Niceness is a transaction. And when that transaction fails, when someone doesn't thank you enough or when they forget the favor, you don't confront them. You let the resentment boil. That resentment is the boomerang of unexpressed anger. It hits you, not them. It's what makes you feel exhausted, bitter, and secretly judge others. Your mind uses this niceness to avoid the terrifying truth, defining your value internally. If your value comes from how many people you help, you never have to ask, who am I when no one needs me? That is the secret, scary question the nice person avoids at all costs. This behavior stems from a childhood survival tactic. When you were small, belonging meant survival. A parent's approval or a teacher's smile was currency. Your brain wired itself. Approval equals safety. So you sacrifice your voice, your time, and your truth for that safety. It's a 5-year-old strategy running your adult life. It's like trying to run a $1 trillion company using only sticky notes and crayon drawings. It just doesn't scale. Text overlay flash, emotional mortgage, quick sound effect, cash register cha-ching. You will discover how to cancel this emotional mortgage and start valuing your time like the precious resource it is. You might think the cure is to become mean. That's wrong. The real twist is that the nicest thing you can do for yourself and others is to become dangerous. We will now redefine dangerous as the ultimate form of authentic kindness. You think you need to stop being nice to protect yourself, but you actually need to stop being nice to protect your destiny. The good dangerous life you want is being blocked by your fear of a 1-minute conversation. If you're a person who struggles to say no, I need you to know the 3 giant costs this trap extracts from your life. This isn't just about minor annoyances. These costs actively stop you from hitting your biggest goals. Cost 1, time bankruptcy. If you've ever felt like your week disappears, it's because you are financially bankrupt in terms of time. You let other people set your schedule. You agree to take on tasks that don't belong to you. Your calendar is full of high-priority missions for other people, leaving you with scraps of energy for your own dreams. This isn't generosity. It's a failure to prioritize the sovereign self. You wake up exhausted because you've already committed to being an extra in everyone else's movie. Cost 2, voice repression. The nice person is predictable because they never argue. They never challenge. They never present their genuine, innovative, maybe slightly controversial idea. You possess genius, but you keep it locked away because sharing it risks conflict, and conflict risks rejection. So you stay quiet in the meeting. You hold back the honest feedback. Your unique perspective, the very thing that would make you successful, is sacrificed on the altar of temporary harmony. You become a background noise instead of a signal. You're essentially paying a high monthly subscription fee just to keep your brilliant ideas on mute. Quick cut to a close-up of a mouth zipped shut. Cost 3, attracting emotional predators. This is the scariest cost. People, even good friends, unconsciously seek the path of least resistance. Nice people are low-resistance targets. Manipulators, energy vampires, and those who avoid responsibility flock to you because they know you won't enforce a boundary. Think about a coworker who always conveniently forgets their wallet when you go out to lunch. You let it slide once, then twice. You haven't protected your wallet. You've trained them to use you. They don't respect you. They see you as a predictable, safe source of resources. The only person responsible for your lack of boundaries is you. That is a heavy, but freeing truth. You will learn to install the steel gate boundary system that keeps users out and true friends close. You've been told that becoming powerful makes you a target. The truth is the opposite. Power is the only thing that makes you invisible to predators. The next section will explain why being good dangerous is the ultimate camouflage. You think power makes you a target, but power actually makes you invisible to emotional predators. The cure for niceness isn't rudeness. It's cultivating the good dangerous self. Let's stop twisting words. When I say dangerous, I don't mean aggressive, violent, or mean. That's the juvenile definition. The mature, sovereign definition of dangerous is possessing the capacity for massive, decisive force, but choosing peace. Think of a black belt sensei. They don't need to prove anything. Their power is internal and known. That's the difference between a loud dog and a silent wolf. The loud dog barks to appear dangerous. The wolf is dangerous, so it doesn't need to bark. We are going to install 2 core traits of this good dangerous archetype right now. Core trait 1. Clarity over harmony. The nice person sacrifices clarity, the truth, to maintain temporary harmony. The dangerous person knows that clarity is the ultimate kindness. Lying, agreeing when you disagree, or promising what you can't deliver creates confusion, which is chaos. Chaos is the opposite of love. The dangerous person values clear, respectful boundaries even if it causes momentary tension. They would rather have a 1-minute uncomfortable conversation than a 1-year relationship based on a lie. Avoiding conflict is like avoiding a speed bump. You hit it later, and it breaks your whole suspension. Core trait 2. Internal authority. The nice person has an external authority figure, the crowd. They check for permission before acting. The dangerous person is their own authority. They don't rely on external validation to define their worth, their choices, or their direction. They know who they are and they proceed with purpose. This shift changes everything. You stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to be great, to rest, or to charge what you're worth. You simply command it. Imagine a king in a throne room. He doesn't ask the council for permission to sit down. He is the authority. That is the internal feeling you need to cultivate, even when ordering coffee. Realizing that every moment you waste seeking approval is a moment you steal from your own magnificent potential. You will gain an impenetrable sense of self-respect that others instantly recognize and respect. 2. You might think this dangerous self is something new you have to build. The crazy twist is that you already are dangerous. You're just using that power against yourself. The next section will reveal the 4 secret signs that prove your dangerous self is already active and screaming to get out. You think you're fighting to build power, but you're really fighting to stop yourself from using the power you already have. Your deepest flaws are actually just the hidden footprints of your repressed good dangerous self trying to break out. The genius you locked away leaves strange clues in your daily life. These aren't just personality flaws. They are your powerful, true self sending flares. We call these the footprints of repression. The nice mask is trying to keep them hidden, but they keep showing up. Sign 1. Sudden, intense anger. If you've ever gone from 0 to 100 in seconds, an absolute explosion over something small, that's not a lack of control. That's a massive power surge with nowhere to go. You avoid tiny conflicts, the small release valves, for months or years. Your repressed anger, your desire to say stop or no, builds up enormous pressure. When the pressure gauge finally bursts, the nice person is gone, and the dangerous self appears as an uncontrolled, destructive force. You're not short-tempered. You're just full of unexpressed authority. Quick sound effect, a balloon popping loudly. Text flash, pressure release valve stuck. Sign 2. Obsession with justice/fairness. If you spend too much time getting outraged by unfairness in the news, or constantly arguing about justice on social media, that's your inner guardian talking. The nice person doesn't allow you to defend yourself, so your suppressed power gets projected outward. You become the vigilante for everyone else's rights because it's safer than enforcing your own. You're ready to organize a massive protest against injustice abroad, but you won't ask your neighbor to turn down their music. Sign 3. Unexplained physical tension. Do you constantly clench your jaw? Do you have chronic knots in your shoulders or tightness in your back? Your body is physically bracing for a fight your mind refuses to start. Your primitive brain knows you need to assert yourself, but the nice person costume prevents the action. The tension is your body holding the dangerous energy hostage. Sign 4. Secret fantasies of confrontation. You spend hours playing out the perfect argument in your head, scripting the brilliant comeback you wish you had delivered. This isn't just wish fulfillment. This is your mind running a simulation. It's your repressed authority rehearsing the use of its power because it knows the current approach is failing. The moment you realize that your biggest weaknesses are actually the keys to unlocking your greatest strength, you will learn to convert this wasted energy, tension, resentment, into focused, productive action. You think you need to control this repressed anger. The truth is you need to channel it. The twist is that your suppressed anger is the most valuable fuel you possess, and the next section will teach you how to turn that anger into a weapon for good. Your anger is not a flaw. It's a compass pointing toward your unmet needs and suppressed power. The cure is not to suppress it, but to learn how to channel that fiery energy by practicing the smallest word in the English language. We are now moving from theory to action. Your goal is not to become a jerk, but to strategically reintroduce small, safe conflict back into your life. We need to teach your brain that setting a boundary does not lead to death or rejection. This starts with the small no practice. This is about taking back ownership of your time. The no doesn't have to be rude. It has to be final and clear. Most nice people use hedging language. Maybe, I'll try, or I'm too busy, sorry. Those are fake numbers. They leave the door open for manipulation. Here is the secret weapon. The soft, clear no. Try this language. Thank you for asking me, but I can't commit to that right now. Or, that sounds interesting, but my calendar is locked this week. No apology needed. No long explanation required. Remember, any time you spend explaining your no is time you spend apologizing for your sovereignty. The 1-second pause rule. Never, ever answer immediately when someone asks you for a favor or time. Wait 1 full second. The nice person reflex is to agree before the request is even finished. The 1-second pause breaks the automatic people-pleasing reflex. It gives your conscious mind a chance to engage. Take a breath, wait 1 count, then deliver your soft, clear no.
Imaginea laser grid protecting a vault.
The nice person charges in blindly. The dangerous person pauses, takes 1 breath, and calmly finds the deactivated switch. The 1-second pause is that switch. Action. Today, find 1 low-stakes situation to practice your clear no. Maybe say no to a suggestion for where to eat lunch, or no to an unnecessary meeting invite. Start small. The first time you do it, you'll feel guilty, like you just stole candy from a baby. That guilt is the nice person costume starting to tear. The exhilarating feeling of taking back a piece of your day, a piece of your life, for yourself. You will gain an immediate, quantifiable chunk of your time back, proving your boundaries work. Saying no protects your time, but it doesn't build your power. The twist is that to truly become dangerous, you need to master the skill you fear most: conflict. The next step involves rehearsing difficult conversations before they ever happen. You think conflict is a chaotic disaster to be avoided, but the secret is that conflict is just a skill that can be mastered, like driving a stick shift. To truly become dangerous, you must learn to rehearse hard conversations before they ever happen. The nice person avoids conflict because they believe they will handle it badly. They fear exploding or freezing up. This is a skills gap, not a character flaw. Conflict, when done right, is just information transfer. You are conveying a boundary or expressing a need. We fix the skills gap with conflict rehearsal. This is internal, safe practice that removes emotion from the equation. The rehearsal. Identify a past situation where you wish you had spoken up, or a future situation where you know you need to be assertive, e.g., asking for a raise, addressing a friend's behavior, sending a dish back, scripting the response. Now, write down the clear, non-emotional statement you should say. Focus on 2 things: facts and feelings. Facts. State the objective action without accusation. E.g., the deadline was Tuesday, and the project is still incomplete. Feelings. Use I statements. E.g., when the deadline is missed, I feel worried about the overall schedule. Need. State the clear boundary/solution. E.g., I need a firm commitment for Friday morning. Then practice it out loud. Seriously. Drive around in your car and say the lines. You are tricking your old nice person brain. You are showing it, look, power can be precise. It doesn't have to be chaos. You are using this rehearsal to replace your flight reflex with an assertion reflex. The outcome isn't about winning the fight. It's about successfully articulating your truth. Imagine a superhero running the battle strategy 10 times on a tactical board before stepping into the field. You are doing the same internal strategy. Quick sound effect, a clear voice repeating a short, powerful phrase, maybe, I need. Text pop, assertion reflex training. The quiet confidence that settles in your stomach when you realize you have already won the conversation, just by preparing for it. You will gain the confidence to approach any difficult conversation knowing you have a clear, non-emotional script ready to deploy. You might successfully enforce boundaries with strangers, but the real enemy is closer. The twist is that your biggest challenge won't be enforcing boundaries with new people, but with the people who love the old, nice you. The next section will show you how to handle the resistance from your closest friends and family. Your old friends and family will hate your new boundaries, and their discomfort isn't a sign you failed. Their resistance is proof that your transformation is working, because your new light exposes their own fear. You've practiced your small no. You've rehearsed conflict. You're starting to feel the powerful, clean energy of the good, dangerous self. But here comes the friction. The people who loved the old, passive you are now encountering the new, assertive you, and they won't like it. Your family members might say, "Wow, you've changed. You're so selfish now." Your friends might complain, "You never have time for me anymore." Don't panic. This is the expected, necessary reaction to your sovereignty. The nice person was predictable, easy, and always available to maintain the group's low-effort equilibrium. Your new clarity disrupts that equilibrium. When they feel uncomfortable, they are not judging you. They are feeling their own unlived potential reflected in your new boundaries. Your light is now a mirror. If they are still operating in the nice person trap, they need you to be small so they can feel safe being small too. Your growth challenges their life choices. You must accept the loneliness of sovereignty. This isn't the loneliness of being abandoned. It's the quiet, vast feeling of knowing you are the captain of your own ship, even if you sail alone for a while. You stop needing a committee to confirm your worth. You realize you've traded the huge, lumpy comfort of the nice couch for the slightly scary driver's seat of a sports car. And now you don't care if the couch club misses you. A ship leaving a safe harbor at night. The land friends wave goodbye, but the ship is heading toward the vast, open ocean where the real treasure is. The sovereign choice is always forward. The deep relief of realizing that losing low-effort relationships is the fastest path to attracting high-value connections built on mutual respect. You will gain authentic relationships that value your truth over your compliance. You think the final step is a big, powerful action to prove your sovereignty. The twist is that the final, most powerful expression of the good dangerous self is actually rest. The next section will show you how rest is the ultimate power move. True power isn't about running faster or hustling harder. It's about knowing when to stop. The ultimate power move of the good dangerous person is rest, because they protect their energy with absolute sovereignty. The nice person is addicted to burnout. They mistake exhaustion for virtue. They hustle constantly, hoping their busyness will prove their worth. The good dangerous person understands energy is finite, precious, and must be guarded. Rest isn't laziness. It's the sovereign choice to maintain your high frequency. This deep rest allows for clarity, innovation, and sustained effort. It's the highest form of self-respect. You are telling the universe, my energy is non-negotiable. You are no longer running on fumes hoping for approval. You are running on an internally maintained, powerful reactor. Now, it is time for the final, ultimate activation. You have broken the nice person's contract. You have embraced the good dangerous self. You are ready for the command that permanently shifts your focus from people-pleasing to genuine impact. Say this quietly to yourself, and let the words reprogram the 5-year-old survival mechanism in your brain. The sovereign command. I am not here to please. I am here to matter. This command is the final nail in the nice person's coffin. I am not here to please is the freedom. I am here to matter is the purpose. You stop chasing external acceptance and start expressing your internal value. You are a force of creation, not a request fulfillment service. The life you dream of is not something you beg for. It's something you command into existence by being true and dangerous. The final, clean surge of dopamine as you realize you are now free to be your powerful, authentic self. The freedom that comes from knowing your worth is now internally generated and unbreakable. The next step is not another action step. It is a mandatory choice. If you felt that shift, if you are ready to stop being nice and start being good dangerous, you cannot stop here. The only thing more dangerous than the nice person trap is staying stuck in your current job or relationship because you fear making the next big move. Your next major breakthrough in creating a life you love is flashing in that cube right now. Click the screen and watch this next video immediately. You need the next tool to manage your new power. Don't waste the energy you just unlocked. Click now.